So, as I sit here today, this is Ray Lopez. I am here in beautiful Orlando, Florida, and I'm hearing more and more about our market changing in Orlando. And a lot of people are telling me, well, Ray, it seems a lot like that market of, 2007, 8, 9, and 10. And what they're talking about was the Great Recession. So they're liking the market that we're in, the real estate market that we're in, to that market back then. Well, let's today talk a little bit about the similarities between the two markets, but more importantly, why they're different. So let's talk a little bit about the similarities. Well, when you look at the markets just in general, what we're seeing is two dynamic markets. Back then, we went from a very, very high price point. We actually got all the way up to a median price here in Orlando of $265,000 in the summer of 2007. The issue is, by the time we got to January of 2011, we ended up at $95,000 as a median price. So you could see that's why it was the Great Recession, or in real estate, we called it the Great Collapse. Okay. As far as similarities go, at the beginning of the year, we started very hot. By the end of the year, we saw a tremendous slowdown. And I think what people are seeing is during the summer, we actually had a slowdown at the beginning of summer versus at the end of summer. And realtors, because we've had a tremendous market over the last little few years, they haven't been seeing that, and they forget that this is a typical market. Okay. So let's talk about the 2008 versus the 2022. This is where we're at. Back then, we had a financial meltdown that just affected the whole world. A few years ago, in 2020, we actually had a medical pandemic that affected the whole world. So two big events that happened, but two different outcomes based on where we're at. The financial meltdown actually took us through a period of time called the Great Recession. And when we look at how bad it got, one of my favorite movies is called The Big Short. And in The Big Short, we had several scenes that I go back to and make me laugh because I was selling real estate during that time. One of my favorite scenes is when one of the actors goes, "The banks can't be that stupid."
Yes, you
Didn't I say it?
Yes, you did. You did.
Shut up. Now their foot's on fire. They think their steak is done and you're surprised?
That's not stupidity, that's fraud.
Tell me the difference between stupid and illegal and I'll have my wife's brother arrested.
That was fine.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the banks, okay? And I'm not here to call anybody stupid because, I don't live in the financial world, but we do know that New Century in 2006 had revenues of $160 billion with a B. And the next year, they filed bankruptcy. So where did all the money go? Okay. Also, Lehman Brothers, how about a bank that was established in 1844, number 4 largest investment bank in America, in 2008, went belly up. Their stock the year before was at 86, and then they declared bankruptcy. So were the banks, part of this? They were actually a very large part of this. The banks were giving loans to anybody that could breathe. And when I say that, it's kind of funny. We talk about fogging a mirror. That's kind of what we're looking at here.
How many loans do you write each month?
About 60.
Yeah. What was it 4 years ago?
10, maybe 15.
Yeah, I was a bartender. Now I own a boat.
You own a boat. So how many of these are adjustable rate mortgages?
Well, most.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'd say about 90%. Yeah, the bonuses on those skyrocketed a few years ago. Adjustables are bread and honey.
So do applicants ever get rejected?
Seriously?
There were people that were straw buyers. There were people that were, some of my clients that were, they worked at Disney cleaning houses, and they had 10 loans on houses. Now, they were investors like anybody else, but back then we had no-doc loans, we had pick-a-pay loans, we had interest-only loans, we had adjustable rate mortgages. We had a smattering of anything to get product out the door from the banks, okay? And equally as responsible is the consumer that was out there thinking that this was a get-rich quick scheme. So you see, that's what was going on in 2008, 9, and 10. And in Orlando in 2010, there was a point in Orlando in our time frame that actually 54% of people in Orlando were underwater or behind on their mortgage. And if you think about it, that's an incredible number. And it took us quite a long time to get out of that. That was the market then. The market now, 2020, medical pandemic happens in March. We shut the city down, the world shuts down. 3 months later, people come out, say, you know what, this isn't so bad. They start buying, but the issue is for 3 months, those buyers still want to buy. And those are the busiest months of Orlando's real estate season. March, April, May. By the time June came around, people started looking, which meant that they were closing in July, August, September. Our normal inventory is about 10,000 homes in Orlando, greater Orlando, all surrounding cities. We got all the way down earlier this year to 2,300 people. And now our inventory is rebounding because interest rates are going up. So that medical pandemic super sped our market. And as we get back to some sort of normalcy, which is good for everybody, that means a balanced buyer market and a balanced seller market. This is our new phase of real estate going forward. And it's very healthy for everybody. So these are the two things that I wanted to talk about today. The differences and the similarities in the two markets. You can see that, you know what, we will sell real estate and we will help people move in any market. And just remember, we're here for you. Feel free to like, subscribe, and below, if you have favorite movies, we'd love to see your comments. So have a wonderful day and take care.